hard frost. And the seed, the fruit are quite attractive too. So it's kind of an all-around good one. And this one has the variegated leaves, so it also just, provides quite a lot of color and so on. And then this is one that you probably haven't seen around here. I think it's not common, and I didn't expect it to survive, but it did. So that was a surprise and a welcome one, because it does have pretty nice leaves and flowers as well. So that's why we do testing, because you never know. And these are just photographs that I took last week. And this is the funny thing, is that that's a prairie crocus, that they were planted there, and I thought they had all died. And then just last week, one popped up. So I've heard they take a long time to get a large enough root to flower and so on, so that may be the reason, but
maybe more next year.
maybe. I might have to revise my findings and say that it, but yeah, I don't know. I think we just have to keep testing to see what works and under what conditions and so on. So then this is a nest box that I just installed, so I'm collaborating with a person who's studying cavity nesting bees, and this will, these solitary bees will make their home there, and then in the fall I'll take the things out and send them to them to analyze and figure out what came. And this is a study that's, I think it's happening across Canada, maybe parts of the US as well, I'm not too sure, but he sends boxes out to these various people with green roofs, and then that way they can have a large area study. And sometimes there's like an eggshell or something up there, and I don't, it's like these little mysterious things that happen.
My wife's property, there's virgin prairie out there, and it looks just like that.
Yeah.
It would look, and that's 3 years old?
Yeah, well, since 2007,
4 years old. That's amazing. Like, you can sort of see the plants,
Come up and
the dead stuff kind of recycling.
Yeah, the idea with an extensive green roof, not so much an intensive one, is that it's kind of a self-sustaining system, that you're not going to be up there gardening, like changing things around or whatever.
it's static.
It sort of feeds itself, and you may need to add some fertilizer.
And you said this one is irrigated?
This one is, yes. The only other one is, see, our climate's so extreme, and in Europe, for instance, in Germany, they don't need to irrigate them in the summertime, but the climate's different. So we just felt that for the first one, it had to be irrigated, because we just didn't want to take chances and have a roof that didn't work, and
it's just,
it's a bad.
it just doesn't look good.
So we insisted on having irrigation on it. As well, at the dentistry test plots, they had 10 centimeters of growing medium, no irrigation, and very, very little survived.
And how many? This is 15?
So this is 15 with irrigation. Now my question now is, what happens if we had 10 centimeters with irrigation, or 15 centimeters without irrigation? So
what was the growing medium on this one?
This one was the Suprema system, which is called Sopraflor X, and it's a specially formulated one. It was mixed in Airdrie, Alberta, this particular batch, and they used red shale as, actually they used two different types. They used red shale on the upper roof and some kind of a volcanic material on the lower roof. So often the the base material is something that's, it can be lightweight like a volcanic rock, or it can be just porous, sort of like a shale or a recycled brick or something like that.
So something
It
that's-
depends on what your weight, will allow.
What about excess water? Like if you're having a heavy downpour, are you able to capture the water coming off, or how does that drain?
So in this case, there is I forgot to mention what the layers were, but in this Suprema system, you have a drainage layer, which is a plastic kind of
Ridge.
corrugated.
thing. That, and then on top of that, there's a retention layer, this water retention layer, which is also containing the irrigation. And so the irrigation comes actually from the bottom of the growing medium and goes up. And then there's also a root barrier in there. So, and then the soil. So when it rains, it would either all be trapped in the growing medium, or some of it might go down into the retention layer and sort of be held there, and the rest of it would just go through to the drainage and then travel at along the bottom of the roof, which is sloped 2%, towards the roof drains.
Okay.
And then it would be drained into the storm system there. But in this, in our climate, most of our rain comes in June, July, and that is a really perfect scenario, because then the roof has a chance to dry up, and then another rain comes, it can absorb lots, hold it, release it slowly by evaporation through the plants, and then be ready to receive another rainstorm. And so that not much is going to the drains. In BC or something in the winter, then it can become saturated, and then you're getting excess water coming off in the drains.
So did you ever, on any of the roofs, do you ever measure the excess water that comes off?
I would, well, at the dentistry test plots, Dr. Archibald, Bill Archibald at the university, was doing some of that, tested that a little bit, and I haven't found anyone to come and put some flow meters into this roof, so, but I think it would be interesting. Although a lot of studies have been done, like in other places, with stormwater management, and it's basically green roofs do help a lot. So I guess the last thing I just want to say is that we do learn a lot from each project, and our climate in Saskatchewan is quite extreme and unique, and so we're just our location makes it so that we have unique conditions that we need to sort of have our own way of constructing them. And so the more projects we can do, the more experience we can gain. And I think these are some of the things that we can look at to learn about, which is using local materials such as that base material. If we could find something locally and mix it here, and then not have to have it shipped from Quebec or BC or Alberta, that would be great. And of course, the training and experience of the construction workers and also the maintenance people. This can only get better if we have more projects. And as I said, experimenting with the depth to irrigation and see what the most economical combination is. And then, I guess a lot of it comes down to price too. That's probably why we haven't seen more of them here. And So looking at ways to bring the price down, I think is really key.
What is the price range?
It's really hard to put a figure on it, like, in College of Law, because just the way the contracts and everything were divided and so on. Like, I can't even tell you how much that one costs, but, like, it probably, let's say 30 and up would be sort of a higher price, and if you could get it down under 30 or so, it would be really great. Just per square foot, that would be.
Is there any residential applications that you know of? Or is
I
it all-
don't, I've heard of wanting, like, a lot of people wanting to do projects, and I'm also involved in some design projects that haven't really quite gone ahead yet, like, we've done the design, but we're waiting to get more funding.
I went to the BC, whatever it's called, Green Roof Center 3 years ago when I was there. Somebody,
CIP.
yeah, ran into someone in Saskatchewan, said there was a green roof garage down by the university,
Oh.
which I'd never seen till yesterday. I was on my
Oh,
bike
yes,
and
that
I
one.
drove by it. It's just, it's just off Albert. Down on the University Drive there, and it's actually a garage that's got a green roof over top of it.
Oh, I
So
know
it
the
looks
one
like
then.
it's been there for 100
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, okay,
Are
I
you
do know
familiar?
that one.
Okay, so is that a green roof?
That would be a green roof, yeah.
And it looks like it's been there long. There's a tree growing on it.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
shocked.
yeah.
I didn't have my phone with me. I was taking a picture, but
yeah, that's actually the only one I've ever seen. I forgot about that one, but yeah.